She had a beautiful face, perfectly etched like diamond, teeth purposely set like pearls, a smile that made the sun blush, face flush and hide behind heels. Hair is long, silky, drapes gently hanging, gracing her shoulders, cold and closed to the world. She knew and know what was going on in her head. Every day, dreading life on the inside, she felt dead. But the story starts very differently than previously stated, see. She was in love with the Lord, his word she adored, a virgin for certain, both modest and pure. Christ was a rock and no rock would unturned. She sought him in scripture, his commands she adorned. Worn like fine garments, earrings and shearlings, the hope in the Lamb of God kept her warm. But one day on Sunday, she noticed him. And she noticed the notes that he sung in the hymn, heartbeat like war drum and blood rushed his skin. It was the way that he praised and he raised Elohim, and she was hooked. Thoughts crept in, seeds of sin. Satan took a foot, but she had only let an inch. Subtle glance, quick glances and subtle advances put dimple in cheeks, brought smile towards his, and like magnet attraction, her heart drew near. That's the breeze she threw caution to the wind, and like a fork in the road, a straight path veered. Because he showed her liquor, and he showed her clubs. He showed her that this world could be fun. He showed her sex, drugs, and much more. He showed her so much that she forgot about the Lord. She stopped praying and fasting. Missed Bible study Sundays, she was absent. Didn't even notice that her heart had formed an abscess. It was callous. Yes, sin has that affect. She thought that she was happy, but her judgment was off balance. Like still waters, everything seemed placid. But just below the surface, find the substances are rancid. Tears burn like acid one tragic night when the friendly Dr. Jekyll turned to Mr. Hyde. Things started changing, arguments and complaining became commonplace, and her joy started waning. Weeks became months, and months turned to years. She was drowning in a river of her own tears. Many nights, closed fists grazed cheek with intent to break and replace teeth, and all she wanted was relief from the grief of the lust that she believed was love. But she was weak. Life depleted. Hope defeated. Like dry river beds, her cheeks were stained with white streaks, and insane things were racing through her brain. And with her frame of mind, it was only a matter of time before things became bleak. She waited till he was asleep. Blink. Her heart insanely beat. To calm, she took breaths in deep. Took aim and squeezed. And she wished that she could go back, but again she squeezed back to when God was all she had. But she continued to squeeze until there wasn't a peep. There was only peace. And she breathed for the first time in weeks, months, years. But it was all an illusion, like smoke and mirrors. There were no laughs from the audience, no clapping, no cheers. Though a daydream had ended, it gave way to a nightmare. And it's so important that we hear what God is speaking over clear, that we are seeking the things that he is changing in here. If not, we're mere sailboats straying far from the coast piers, and the dark in our heart might find daylight and appear. So please, watch the seeds that you sow, because if they're weeds, then they'll grow and choke the good things that have grown seasons ago. Is it really worth losing your soul, choosing a road God never approved you to go? She screamed, "No, please, Jesus." And she choked on the only name that she knows, the only name full of hope. Every stronghold dug deeper, tried to keep her in chains, enslaved away from a keeper. She tried to cry out and demons covered her mouth. They covered her ears and made it hard for her to hear. They put blame in her gaze, and all she saw was shame, full of hurt and pain. and her white clothes appeared stained. She was hopeless and at her lowest, on her knees, the same place where our strength ends and his begins.